Hello everyone! In this video, I will show you how to create a simple window with JavaFX. I will also show you how to add text onto the window by using one of the simplest layouts. Then, I will show you a few nice features for your window. So let's begin. In order to use JavaFX, we need to import a library, which is import javafx.application.application semicolon. We need this library because we want to launch our JavaFX application and we want to keep it running during our runtime of our program. So this is the heart of JavaFX. Now, we need to extend this main class with application. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to use a method from this class. Now, we want to type in launch, open close parentheses, and args inside of this main method here. And what this does is it actually launches the application library from JavaFX. And then it will go to this method right here, which is public void start, open close parentheses, and a curly braces. But we need to type in @override because this method already exists inside of this application class. But we want to modify it in this class, and that's why we add this override. Before I go on, let me show you something real quick. As you can see here, this is my browser. Oracle decided to call a window stage, which is this part right here, the black part that you see. They call it stage. And the content inside of this window, they called it scene. So all the web page you see in the menu, in the search bar, this is part of the scene. So after you know what the names mean, this start method takes in stage and the name of the stage. And I'll call it window so I don't get confused later on in the future. So this is window. Stage is window. And stage requires a library as well. So let's import this library stage, which is this guy right here. Now we can begin on making the actual window. For an example, we can see that Eclipse has their title bar Java-tutorial. We can do something similar to our window. We can do this by saying window, which is from here, dot set title. Inside, we can type in the name for the window. I'm going to call mine Gizditch. Now, we want to show our window after we run our program. So we can do this by window.show. Every time we run this program, it will show the window. So let's do that. As you can see, we can see a window with Gizditch on the top left corner with this icon right here. We can see the typical window menu buttons, and that's about it. Now let's add a text in the middle of this window. So that means that we need to have a scene. Before we make a scene, we need to make a layout because the scene requires a layout. One of the most simplest layout that we can use is stack pane. So let's make an object for this. Stack pane root equals new stack pane. Alright, so this is our new layout, and this layout requires a library as well, which is this guy right here. So what stack pane does is for every components that you have in your window, they all will be stacked on top of each other. And you'll see what I mean later on during this video. And for the text that we want to add onto the middle of the window, we simply type in text equals new text, which is the object. And this requires a library as well. And for this text, let's call it hello world. Now we want to add this text onto this root layout. And we can do this by typing in root get children dot add text. Which this text came from here. So let me explain what's going on here. So root acts like a parent and text acts like a child. So we're going to add this text for the get children, and then this will be applied to the root. So root will be added on to, no. So this text will be added onto root. So that's what it's doing really. We can make the scene now. So type in the object scene equals new scene. And this scene takes in arguments. So the scene is asking for the layout that we're using. So we can type in root. Then it's asking for the size of the scene. We can say 400 width, 400 height. And that's it so far. This scene needs a library as well, which is this guy right here. Now we want to attach the scene onto this window. So we can do this by saying window dot set scene and scene. We're getting the scene from this object right here, scene. And now we should have our text on the middle of the window. As you can see, we can see hello world here in the middle of the window. And we can see the title bar and all that jazz right there. Now we can add more features to this window. So let's say we don't want our users to resize our window. To make that possible, we type in window dot set resizable to false. Once we run this again, you can see that this maximize button right here is grayed out. And when I try to stretch this out, it won't. Same with here, it won't. Now let's say that we want our window to be full screen. We can do this by typing in window dot set full screen. And let's set this to true. Let's run and see what happens. I'm not too sure if you can see this, but my whole screen went white, and in the middle it says hello world. So it's pretty cool. To get out of this full screen window, you simply press escape button, and it reverts back to the original window. Let's close this. And now let's delete this. And let's say that we want to have our window be transparent. We can do this by typing in window dot set opacity. open close parentheses, semicolon. And then it takes in a double value. It goes from 0 to 1. 0 to be invisible and 1 to be the most visible. So let's type in 0.5. And let's see what our window looks like now. Now our window is transparent. You still can see the code behind this window. It's pretty cool. Now let's decorate this window. We can let's delete this real quick. Oops. To decorate this window, we can say, all right, so let's do window.init style and type in stage style dot, we can do undecorated. And let's see what that looks like. As you can see, we only see the scene of this window, which is hello world. And that's it. You don't see the title bar anymore, and you don't see the X, you don't see anything else. Only the scene and hello world. Now, let's X this out. Let's type in utility. Let's see what that looks like. Not play, but run. As you can see, we have this window with a title bar, but without the logo. And we have this X, and that's it. We don't have maximize or minimize. And we see this text hello world. And that's about it. I almost forgot to tell you something. For the stack pane layout, remember that I said that for each component inside of the window, they will stack on top of each other. So what I mean by this is that the text will be at the bottom, to the very bottom. And the next item, if I have like another text, let's say text 1, it'll be stacked on top of the original text. And then let's say I have text 2, and then this text 2 will be stacked on top of this text 1. So this is where this stack pane name came from, because it simply stacks. If you really like this video, please like it and please share it with your friends and colleagues or family. Stay tuned for my next tutorial, and thank you for watching.